There's a reason why the most silent wishes you've carried in your heart, Scorpio, are suddenly beginning to stir. It's not a coincidence. It's not luck. It's destiny knocking at your door. Imagine this, the very thing you thought was too far away, too impossible, too fragile to even speak out loud, it's already moving toward you. And at the same time, the jealousy that once surrounded you is breaking like glass, leaving only clear space for your victory. Scorpio, have you noticed the signs? A conversation that felt like déjà vu, an opportunity that seemed too perfectly aligned, a moment where you felt lighter, as if something invisible had been lifted from your shoulders. These are not random. These are signals that the universe is rearranging itself to deliver what has always been yours. But here's the truth. Most people never say out loud when your deepest wish is about to come true. It doesn't arrive quietly. It shakes the air around you. It exposes envy, it forces people to reveal themselves, and it demands that you step forward without fear. This is where you are right now, Scorpio, standing at the doorway between the life you've endured and the life you've been secretly waiting for. And in this moment, money begins to flow in your direction, jealousy ends, and a new path opens wider than you ever imagined. Stay with me until the end of this message, because what I'm about to reveal is not just prediction, it's a mirror of your own transformation. And if you recognize yourself in these words, then you already know the breakthrough is not coming someday. It's happening now. Part 1. The deepest wish awakens. Scorpio, inside every one of you lives a wish so private, so deeply guarded that sometimes even you are afraid to say it out loud. You've carried it in silence, protecting it like a fragile flame from the winds of disappointment. This isn't about wanting something small. This is about the one desire that defines your soul's journey. Maybe it's freedom from a weight that has chained you for years. Maybe it's financial security that no one can ever take away. Maybe it's the kind of love that feels like home. Whatever sign it takes, the universe has heard it. And now the ground beneath you is shifting to bring it closer than ever before. Do you remember those moments when you almost gave up, when you thought, maybe it wasn't meant for me, Scorpio? Those weren't endings, they were tests. Tests of your patience. Tests of your strength. Tests of whether you could still believe when everything looked impossible. And now, because you refuse to let the flame die, that wish begins to awaken. It may not arrive in the shape you imagined, but it will carry the essence you've been longing for. It will surpass the feeling you've been chasing. That's the secret the stars keep. The form may surprise you, but the truth behind it never lies. Look carefully around you. The signs of this awakening are subtle but undeniable. You might notice a sudden opportunity that lines up too perfectly to be random. A door you thought was closed suddenly cracks open. A person who once doubted you now speaks your name with respect. These are echoes of your deepest wish calling itself into reality. But here is the wisdom, Scorpio. When the wish awakens, so does fear. Your mind may whisper, what if I lose it again? What if I don't deserve it? That is jealousy's shadow trying to keep you from stepping forward. The envy of others and sometimes even the doubt within yourself will rise up in this moment, but you must not mistake noise for truth. Life is telling you something profound. Your time has arrived. And the lesson here is simple yet powerful. Your deepest wish was never just about receiving. It was about becoming the person strong enough to hold it. Every delay, every heartbreak, every betrayal has forged you into the exact version of yourself who can now step into it without fear. Scorpio, the flame you carried in silence is no longer hidden. The universe has chosen this moment to ignite it into a fire. And now it is your turn to stand ready, hands open, heart steady, and say, I am not afraid of my own dream anymore. Part 2. Money flows toward you. Scorpio, when the deepest wish awakens, the universe does not only open your heart, it also opens the flow of abundance. For too long, you've carried the weight of giving more than you received, working harder than anyone else. yet wondering why the reward seemed delayed. That delay is ending. Money in its purest form is energy. It flows where there is strength, clarity, and purpose. And Scorpio, you have all three. The doors that were once bolted shut are beginning to creak open, and what you thought was impossible is now within reach. But abundance rarely comes quietly. You may notice sudden shifts, unexpected payments, offers of work investments returning, or even a chance encounter that leads to financial opportunity. At first, it may look small, almost insignificant. Yet, like a stream becoming a river, this flow grows the more you allow it. The universe is testing your ability not just to work for money, but to receive it. To accept that wealth, prosperity, and security are not selfish desires. They are the tools for you to create more to support those you love and to live the life you were meant to live. Think back to the times when you worried about survival, when every dollar felt like a battle. Those struggles carved wisdom into your bones. They taught you how to value, how to protect, how to rise again when resources were scarce. That wisdom is why money can finally trust you now. It knows you will not waste it because you learned through pain what true value means. Yet here is where jealousy appears. There are those who will see your financial rise and feel bitterness instead of inspiration. They will whisper, "Why Scorpio? Why not me?" But what they don't understand is that you paid the price in silence. You carried wounds they never saw. You sacrificed when no one was watching. And that is why abundance is flowing toward you now and not toward them. Scorpio, let this be your lesson. Prosperity is not about competing with others. It's about aligning with your own energy so fully that nothing can block the flow meant for you. You don't need to chase or beg. You only need to recognize when the universe places something in your hand and have the courage to claim it without guilt. So ask yourself, are you ready to hold this blessing without fear? Can you receive without looking over your shoulder, waiting for it to vanish? Because money is not coming to tease you, Scorpio. It is coming to stay if you welcome it. And with this flow of wealth, the life you once only dreamed of begins to take shape, step by step, dollar by dollar, opportunity by opportunity. This is not just money. This is proof that the tide of your destiny has turned. Part 3. Jealousy ends your silent victory. Scorpio, every rise attracts shadows. When abundance begins to flow toward you, when your deepest wish starts to manifest, there will always be eyes watching, not with love, but with envy. And you know this truth better than most. You've felt the tension in a room, the whispers when you turn your back, the way some people can't celebrate you without secretly comparing themselves. But jealousy is not power. It is weakness wearing the mask of resentment. Those who envy you are not truly against you. They are against the reflection of themselves they see in your success. Your growth reminds them of the courage they never had, of the risks they were too afraid to take, and of the discipline they refused to embrace. Scorpio, you've walked through years where envy tried to poison your path. You've seen trusted friends withdraw, colleagues attempt to compete, and even family members struggle with your intensity. Yet here is what they never understood: what belongs to you cannot be stolen. What the universe has written in your name does not transfer to another soul. Now the season of jealousy ends. The ones who tried to move ahead of you will stumble on their own false confidence. The unfair games played against you collapse under their own emptiness. And in that clearing, your silent victory shines brighter than any confrontation ever could. The beauty of this moment is that you don't have to raise your voice, you don't have to prove a point. Your success will speak for you. The doors opening in your life are the only answer needed, and that is the greatest strike against envy progress that cannot be denied. The life lesson here, Scorpio, is this: jealousy may surround you, but it can never define you. The envy of others is proof that you carry something rare, something powerful, something they cannot imitate. Let their shadows fade into silence while you continue walking toward your destiny. Part 4. Love and relationships, a sacred commitment. Scorpio, While money flows and envy breaks apart, another current moves through your life, the energy of love. Not the shallow kind that comes and goes with convenience, but a force that tests your heart and calls for true commitment. You've always loved differently. For you, love has never been casual. It's all or nothing, depth or distance. And because of that, you've often found yourself misunderstood. Some couldn't handle your intensity. Others feared the depth of your loyalty, knowing they could never match it. Yet despite heartbreaks and betrayals, you never lost your ability to love fully. Now the universe is aligning this part of your life in ways you can't ignore. If you are single, an unexpected connection approaches one that doesn't play games, one that mirrors your own depth. This person may arrive suddenly, almost out of nowhere, but the bond will feel familiar, as though you've known each other far longer than time suggests. It's not coincidence, it's recognition of souls. If you are already in a relationship, the bond deepens. The energy around you pushes love into seriousness, into shared goals and promises. No more half measures, no more uncertainty. A decision will be made to move forward together with intention, or to let go of what doesn't serve either of you. Either way, love here transforms into truth. Scorpio, this is not a season for illusions. Masks will fall, true feelings will rise, and your intuition will tell you with clarity who is worthy of your devotion and who is not. You won't need to ask for proof, their actions will reveal it. The lesson here is profound love for Scorpio is a sacred pact. It is not about possession, but about recognition. It is the meeting of two souls who see each other without disguise, and when that recognition happens, it is unshakable. So open your heart with wisdom, not fear. The love entering your life now carries the weight of destiny. Whether it comes through a new connection or the strengthening of an existing bond, it will ask you to commit to trust and to believe once again that real love was always meant for you. Part 5. Family and support, the unexpected hand that lifts you. Scorpio, one of the greatest illusions you've carried is the belief that you must walk every road alone. You've been shaped by experiences where trust was broken, where support was promised but never delivered. That history made you resilient, but it also convinced you that the only person you could rely on was yourself. And yet, the universe is preparing to surprise you. In this cycle, help arrives from places you least expect. A family member who once seemed distant may step forward with a gesture of genuine care. A friend you thought had forgotten, you may suddenly reappear offering support at the exact moment you need it. Even strangers, a mentor, a colleague, or someone you meet briefly may extend a hand that lifts you higher than you could climb alone. These moments will feel almost uncanny. You'll wonder, why now, why me? But Scorpio, understand this: when your energy shifts, so does the network around you. The envy that once surrounded you begins to dissolve, making room for true loyalty to step in. And here lies the lesson. The same depth you bring into love, you also bring into friendship and family. But often, you've given that loyalty to the wrong people. Now life is correcting the balance. The ones who remain, the ones who appear now, are the ones who recognize your worth without demanding you shrink yourself. Don't dismiss small gestures. Sometimes support is not a grand act, but a word at the right moment, a door quietly opened for you, or a reminder that you are not as alone as you once believed. These gestures carry the energy of destiny, aligning you with the truth that strength does not mean isolation. Scorpio, allow yourself to accept this help. Let it remind you that your path was never meant to be walked in solitude. The unexpected hand that lifts you is not a weakness, it is proof that the universe has woven allies into your story. And with their presence, the next step of your journey becomes lighter, clearer, and unstoppable. Part 6. Career and talent, what you build begins to shine. Scorpio, you have always carried a quiet power in your hands, in your mind, and in your vision. Even when others doubted, even when the world seemed uninterested, you kept creating, building, and refining. For you, work has never just been about survival. It has been about leaving a mark, about giving form to the fire inside of you. Now that fire is no longer hidden. What you've been building, whether it's a business, a craft, a project, or an idea, is ready to be seen. Recognition that once felt far away begins to appear. At first, it may arrive in subtle ways, a compliment from someone who rarely praises an invitation to collaborate, or a small opportunity that puts your work before more eyes. But like a spark catching dry wood, these acknowledgements grow quickly. Scorpio, this is not luck. It is the universe rewarding your persistence. You kept showing up when no one was watching. You kept working when results seemed invisible. And because of that, your talent has gained a strength that cannot be faked. The impact will expand beyond what you expect. What starts small will ripple outward, a recommendation, a chance meeting, a platform that suddenly showcases your efforts. And you'll realize that what you create carries something rare essence. Essence cannot be copied, imitated, or stolen. This is why your work now shines so clearly against the noise. But with this recognition comes responsibility. Are you ready to stand in the light, Scorpio? Because the same intensity that once made you mysterious will now make you magnetic. People will watch some to admire, some to imitate, and some out of envy. Yet none of them can take away the truth. Your talent is your signature, and it cannot be erased. The lesson here is profound. True success is not about speed, but about alignment. You may have felt delayed, but the delay was preparation. And now, when the doors open, you are not just another voice in the crowd, you are a force whose voice cannot be ignored. Scorpio, what you build is beginning to shine. Do not hide it anymore. Step into the recognition with courage, because this light was always meant for you. Part 7. The journey ahead. A door opens through travel and change. Scorpio, destiny rarely unfolds in the same room where it began. When the universe prepares to shift your life, it often requires a change of scenery, a journey, a movement, a step beyond the familiar. And that is exactly what is approaching for you now. I see a journey etched into your near future. For some of you, it may be a literal trip across a border to another city, or even to a place you once dreamed of visiting. For others, it may come as a symbolic shift, a career change, a relocation, or even a new social circle that feels like a foreign land in its own right. No matter the form, the impact is the same. You will not return the same person you were when you left. This journey is not just about distance, it's about perspective. It will stretch your mind, awaken your creativity, and introduce you to ideas and connections that shift your entire path. You'll see landscapes that stir something ancient inside you, people who mirror hidden parts of yourself, and opportunities that feel almost too aligned to be random. Scorpio, you thrive in transformation. And travel, whether by plane, by train, or by soul, is transformation in motion. This is why the road ahead feels electric with possibility. It carries the energy of rebirth, of expansion, of a door opening that cannot be closed again. But remember this, every journey tests your readiness. Fear may whisper, what if you fail? What if you lose what you've built? These are illusions meant to keep you in one place. Yet you already know you were never meant to stay small. Every challenge you've survived has prepared you for this leap. The life lesson here is clear. Sometimes the universe doesn't ask you to plan every detail. It asks you to take the first step. The rest unfolds along the way. Trust that. Because this journey is not about leaving something behind, it is about meeting the future that has been waiting for you all along. So, Scorpio, pack not only your belongings, but your courage. The next door opens not in theory, but in movement, and once you cross its threshold, your vision of life will never be the same. Part 8. The final lesson, transforming envy into power. Scorpio, as your deepest wish awakens, as money flows, as doors of love and opportunity open, there is one final truth. The universe wants you to carry envy will never disappear completely. It may shift, it may soften, But as long as you rise, someone will always look at you and feel the sting of comparison. But here lies your power. You are no longer defined by it. In the past, jealousy may have wounded you, left you questioning your worth, or even pushed you into isolation. Yet now envy becomes the very fuel that proves your growth. Because for envy to exist, it must admit your strength. The people who once tried to compete with you without understanding your depth will eventually exhaust themselves. They will realize they can imitate your actions, but they can never replicate your essence. And that truth is the sharpest victory of all. Your silent triumph is not just in proving others wrong, it is in proving yourself right. The discipline, the patience, the loyalty to your own path, those are the treasures no one could see while you were in the shadows. Now they shine like armor. The life lesson here: Scorpio, is profound envy cannot destroy you unless you let it enter your heart. The moment you stop fighting it, the moment you let your success be your only answer, jealousy loses its grip. It becomes background noise while your focus remains on the abundance and love flowing into your life. So transform envy into power. Let it remind you that you carry something rare. Let it sharpen your intuition, making you aware of hidden motives without allowing them to disturb your peace. And above all, let it strengthen your commitment to rise without apology. Scorpio, the final gift of this season is liberation. You are no longer held hostage by fear, by lack, or by the shadows of envy. Your energy has matured into something unshakable. You are the storm and the calm, the fire and the stillness, and with that, nothing can stand in your way. Conclusion: the door fully opens, claiming your new life. Scorpio, we have walked together through the shadows of jealousy, the awakening of your deepest wish, the flow of money and recognition, the arrival of true love, the hand of unexpected support, the shining of your talent, and the journey that calls you forward. And now the door is fully open before you. This is no longer about waiting for destiny. This is about stepping into it. The universe has moved the pieces, cleared the obstacles, and silenced the envy. What stands ahead is not chance, it is the result of every choice you made when no one was watching. Your deepest wish is coming true, not because luck suddenly favors you, but because you became the person who can hold it without fear. You endured betrayal, loss, and delays, and each of those storms carved strength into your soul. That strength is your currency now, and with it you can walk through this door unshaken. The lesson to carry forward is simple, but it will shape your entire path. Abundance, love, and opportunity are not fleeting gifts. They are mirrors of your own transformation. As long as you remain true to yourself, they cannot be taken away. So, Scorpio, the question is no longer if your life will change. The question is, are you ready to receive it without hesitation? Are you ready to live in the truth that the universe has already stamped your victory? Close your eyes for a moment and declare it: I am no longer afraid of my deepest wish. I am ready to receive. I am ready to rise. Carry those words with you because they are more than affirmation. They are your key. The envy has ended. The shadows have fallen away. The tide has turned, and you are standing at the threshold of your new life. Step through, Scorpio. This chapter is yours. And before you go, if this message spoke to your soul, make sure you subscribe to the Path to Buddha Wisdom and turn on the bell so you never miss the guidance meant for your journey. Leave your comment below. I am ready to claim what is mine, because the moment you declare it, the energy begins to move in your favor.